A chilling escalation has unfolded in the Middle East conflict as Iran launches ballistic missiles armed with cluster bomb warheads at central Israel and Jerusalem. The attack raised alarm across central Israeli cities as dozens of small explosive submunitions rained down across wide areas, turning neighborhoods into potential impact zones. Footage emerging from central Israel shows what appeared to be submunitions falling from the sky after a ballistic missile strike. These small bombs are believed to have been released from a cluster warhead carried by an Iranian missile during the latest attack. According to the Israel Defense Forces, Iran has repeatedly used ballistic missiles fitted with cluster bomb warheads during the ongoing conflict. These warheads function very differently from traditional missile payloads. As the missile descends toward its target, the warhead opens mid-air. It then releases roughly 20 smaller explosive munitions, scattering them across a wide radius estimated to be about 8 kilometers. Each of these submunitions contains approximately 2.5 kilograms of explosives. Once released, they have no propulsion or guidance systems of their own. Instead, they simply fall toward the ground, detonating on impact wherever they land. Military officials say the design dramatically expands the danger zone of a single missile. While each individual blast is smaller than that of a conventional missile warhead, the spread of multiple explosives across a large area increases the risk to civilians and infrastructure. In comparison, Iran's conventional ballistic missile warheads typically carry around 500 kilograms of explosives. Those warheads are capable of causing devastating destruction at a single impact site. But cluster warheads operate differently. Their objective is to spread explosive force across multiple locations simultaneously, creating widespread disruption and increasing the unpredictability of where damage may occur. During the latest Iranian attack, Israeli military assessments indicate that only a small number of missiles were launched in the salvo. However, the use of cluster munitions meant that each missile potentially produced dozens of separate impact points. Missile fragments and submunitions were reported to have struck several areas across central Israel. Israeli police say the impacts caused damage in multiple locations. In one central Israeli town, an impact from a submunition reportedly ignited a fire, prompting an emergency response from rescue teams. Air raid sirens had earlier sounded across Tel Aviv and surrounding areas as the missiles approached. Residents rushed to bomb shelters as the warning systems alerted civilians to the incoming threat. The latest attack marked the 8th missile assault launched by Iran since midnight, highlighting the intensity of the ongoing confrontation. Emergency medical services say that for now, there are no immediate reports of injuries following the latest strike. However, authorities continue to assess damage and search for unexploded submunitions that may still pose a risk. The Israeli Home Front Command has now informed residents in the affected areas that they may leave their bomb shelters. Even so, officials are urging civilians to remain close to protected spaces in case additional missile alerts are triggered. Footage captured at one of the impact sites shows debris scattered across the ground, believed to be fragments from a cluster bomb submunition. The weapons may carry smaller explosive charges, but their ability to spread destruction across wide areas makes them particularly dangerous in populated regions. For now, the skies over central Israel have fallen quiet again. But the latest missile attack underscores how quickly the situation can intensify in an already volatile conflict.
Backed by Iran, the Lebanese resistance group Hezbollah has intensified its confrontation with Israel, firing 2 separate rocket barrages toward Israeli military positions. The attacks came on Thursday as cross-border hostilities between Hezbollah fighters and Israeli forces entered their 4th consecutive day. Sirens echoed across northern Israel, while Israeli military responded with strikes on Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon. The first barrage was aimed at Israeli positions in the Al Jalil Panhandle, while a second followed at targeting a facility operated by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems, a major Israeli defense contractor located south of Akka. Notably, Rafael is among Israel's primary defense suppliers, developing systems including Iron Dome, the Spike missile, and the Trophy active protection system. Thursday's strikes followed a broad wave of Hezbollah operations on Wednesday that targeted several significant Israeli military and defense sites deep inside Israeli territory. Among the locations targeted were the Ein Shemer airfield near Hadera, which houses Arrow anti-ballistic missile batteries and Green Pine radar systems, the Iron Dome radar array at the Kiryat Eliezer Air Defense Base in Haifa, the Tel HaShomer military headquarters southeast of Tel Aviv, Haifa Naval Base, Ramat David Air Base, and the headquarters of Israeli aerospace industries in central Israel. On the Israeli side, its forces have struck across southern Lebanon, the Bekaa Valley, and Beirut's southern suburb, killing more than 10 people according to reports. Ground clashes were also reported along the border, which was confirmed by the United Nations, which reported UN peacekeepers in southern Lebanon said they had seen and heard clashes as more Israeli forces moved across the border.
News never stops. The world keeps turning, and every turn tells a story. Wars, elections, geopolitics, Davids versus Goliaths.
While everyone is celebrating the US-China trade talk, Trump has been quietly doing something else across Asia.
These were once home to the ancient Silk Road connecting east and west.
But who's connecting the dots? Who's decoding the global storm? Welcome to Times of India videos.
You're watching a special edition of Global Pulse with me, Neha Khanna.
בהנחיה שלי ושל שר הביטחון ישראל כץ.
Durante este año,
We decode the shifting grains of geopolitics to you. From Washington to Wuhan.
Встановлені домовленості і сьогодні підписуються.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Just 2 years ago, Canada was one of the most popular countries for Indian students.
From Davos to Delhi, we track the decisions that move markets, shift policies, and shape the future. No jargon, no bias, just clear, credible, global journalism. Because understanding the world doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to be smart. And that's what we do best. At Times of India videos, we don't just tell stories, we build perspective. We connect the dots between what's global and what's personal, what's happening out there, and what it means for you. It's fast. It's fearless. It's making sense of the changing world order. Times of India videos. Because your worldview is just a tap away.